The Orianna, massively high priority and does go over to Faker. That is a big deal because he's been so good on this champion. And this new Bruiser Orianna that we've been seeing has been, yeah, looking pretty broken. And that is going to be Zin's out for Ona. Needs no introduction there.
Camille, you go for the aggressive pick. You go for the lockdown backline access. And when you have Galio already with Vi, it just becomes so simple. And even if you don't kill the Corki, it doesn't matter. You just kill anyone. And then you have such a front line that the rest of T1 won't be able to compete. And with Orianna in particular, she's more burst-oriented. Her ultimate is really the main part of the fight. If you can kill
we'll get through here. Will be the final lock-in for Carrier. Not exactly the most lane power that you can get, but still going to be very, very powerful in breaking up these team fights. Sort of nuke people by, you know, pressing Q and stuff like that as Chovy finding some wins of war against Faker here.
Faker having a great start to this lane.
As Chovy and Faker still just laning it out here, both of them having teleported back in. And CS numbers looking fine as Chovy is going to be able to Justice League punch. I don't quite know where.
Like maybe if it goes 5, you know, we get that console in game 5.
Yeah.
As yet, Yunara does come lanes.
Okay, Gumiushi taking a lot of damage, has to barrier here underneath the turret, but has already taken a lot, is now Carrier in a bit of trouble. Vault Breaker comes in from Canyon, who's been pretty active.
Canyon's going to have level 6 here. There is a control ward on that Tri-Brush, but this is a nice setup for GEN G.
Yep, there's the hook shot to come in. Hextech Ultimatum comes down there as well as the public execution tries to come out here as Doran has to flash, but the flash forward from Keen! And this Camille looking for a first blood, although doesn't have a lot of mana, but the Winter's Bite is going to land. Doran in a lot of trouble, but still dashing away. Oh my goodness, just the Ambessa things, and Doran is actually gonna be okay.
But because he doesn't show up, Doran does get away, is down his flash now, and is gonna lose a plate here. But it was a dangerous moment there for Ruler topside. Hits level 6.
Yep, that is going to be the stun onto Carrier. Ruler's still there though and does have a lot of damage. As the flash forward and Ruler will find it, dashes after the Corki, and there is first blood. For the Galio, still hoping that he finds some more impact later into the game.
Look at this calculation here from Ruler, knowing he's going to hit 6 off this minion. Goes for the dash forward first. That cooldown is bleeding, right? And he goes for this arc here, grabs the slow, forces the flash, gets his dash back at the last possible second. Dashed first, he gets it right at the end.
And Ruler is just knocked away. Yeah, well, Braum is just, okay, we've got a little bit more of an engage here towards the bottom side, as now Ruler may immediately get punished, does have the barrier, some sidesteps come through, public execution, and he puts Ruler down. Duro not able to find the Winter's Bite this time. The immediate... Ona making his way in though. There, flash out of the shockwave. Very nicely done there from Chovy, but still ping-ponging some waves here. The Rift Herald now down to about 4,000 as Gumiushi Carrier in the area. A bit of a rotation down. The Keeper's Verdict comes through, but it's immediately buffered by the ulti from Canyon. And the heroic entrance comes down there as well. Justice Punch, fantastic. But the Yunara is dead. They've taken down the Poppy, but that is not enough value. And Keen will be wiped out as well. Doran continues the fight. This guy's Ambessa is absolutely absurd. As he picks up the triple. Can it be the quadra? He's tanking up the turret, and he will allow Ona to pick up the kill, although Chovy may not. So he's just going to get himself out of there, but he is the last man standing.
His flying colors take the fight here as GEN G are set up to secure Herald. T1 are set up to fight. And look at the buffer there. It's fantastic. The ultimate does come out here, but when you look at what happens next, the Yunara is actually caught. Doran gets into the backline, and the shockwave is massive, and once that the Yunara is down, you just don't have damage, whereas T1 have a Corki, and the real damage dealer of this skirmish is the Ambessa. Doran just runs them down. Chovy with an impressive escape here, does have phase rush, and will get the hell with the gold that Doran just picked up. So they're going to actually look to gank Doran himself.
Yep, looking for a bit of an angle here. Hextech Ultimatum comes down. Public Execution comes in as Carrier is going to evict the Camille. And now it's only Canyon and Duro that are down here underneath this turret.
To save the play. Now Owner's here and Duro's left alone.
Yep, he's going to put down the door. Tries to flash his way out, but there's a teleport coming in. Ulti from Duro coming on through here, and I think they know that this Braum is dead. Keen still going to go in, but Faker's teleport. Now Keen is in so much trouble. Ruler comes down, protects with a Slurkle. And that is going to be it. Oh, never mind the edge of the shockwave, and it's a double kill for Faker on this Orianna. And we'll see whether he can at least stop the back here, and he does. Canyon moves over, though, as Owner is in perhaps a bit of trouble, but he does want to brawl. As we can see, Ruler's still doing a fair bit.
Is a risky endeavor, but they're going to try it. They're going to try to pull T1 in. They are going to get Faker's teleport for this.
Yep, that's what they're looking for here, I guess, is the teleport is going to come on through. Keen finds the hookshot angle. There's a Hextech ultimatum. He delivers the gargoyle on top. Gumayushi taken down immediately. Now Kerry is going to turn up as Owner with that Crescent Guard is looking for Keen and will be able to find him. It's a 1-for-1 AD carry for top lane, but T1 still looking for more in the 4v4. Carrier dives forward, but Duro is able to get himself out of there with all of his summoner spells.
Maybe even turn it into a Baron. Oh no, Duro!
Yeah, Duro's gonna get caught out, not stunned up.
Does Ruler get it done? Can you set him up? And T1,
Soul for Baron.
Yeah, T1 need to pivot over to this Baron.
Well, I mean, Soul is going to be pretty important as well, but Gen G, they are doing a fair bit of damage to this one, looking to clear out vision as well as Chovy slinks back into the fog of war. T1 is still very dangerous, though, as Keen looking to rotate up. And they have vision that this dragon is not being taken. This is going to need to be a turn from Gen G. As Keen, he's just going to walk over here and look to start this one up as T1 just searching for where Gen G went. Them in general still belong to T1, absolutely, but a little bit maybe, making it feel a little bit closer, and the gold advantage is not really there.
And the turn off of Baron is kind of awkward for T1. It's going to be so reliant.
Oh yeah, public execution comes down. The flash forward from Keen, and Doran gets over the wall, but Keen follows him with the ulti. Canyon comes down, but I think this would have been a solo kill for the Camille, and I'm pretty sure she's online, but the jungler was in the bottom lane.
And that means they just have to hard send it in the bottom lane and try to get as many turrets as they can. They're going for mid first, and they're going to try to get that bottom outer as well.
Yeah, the Baron comes up. The catch from the ulti out of Duro is fantastic, but the rest of the cavalry are turning up, but the outer turret is still getting worked on. Faker's still alive. Down goes Canyon as Chovy's heroic entrance doesn't look exactly like that, but Keen is still a monster. The Crescent Guard comes in from Owner, but he still goes down. Double taunt from Chovy, and the Winds of War will be able to take another one down from the grave. Faker is going to be able to shut him out. But it looks like T1 want to find themselves a fight as Keen is off on the side, that GA in hand. The double siege minions are looking difficult for Gen G to do anything about as Canyon charging that Vault Breaker. The engaged Braum comes in from Duro as they're looking to split these fights, but Canyon is so difficult to deal with. Doran getting into that backline though, as now Ruler's doing his best to kite him out, and the public execution is ignorable, and now Chovy finds 3. Justice for Owner as it's a double for Canyon, and the Gen G freight train is burning down the bottom lane as Ruler picks up his 3,000th assist, and I have a feeling the Camille's scaled in this game.
I think so. Down goes Guma. It's the full clean ace of T1. Of course, they have the double cannons, but look at where Doran is on the map. I think if you want to play this far up and play around your double cannons, you just got to bring your Ambessa. Instead, they decide to 4-1 it. And Gen G are like, no, you stepped both carries forward. Yeah, both carries caught. Your Faker first, and then look at Ruler's damage here. Doran shows up, and he's just shredded immediately as they try to buy time for the rest of T1 to get out. But Keen gets in the backline with Chovy, has GA, so it's not even a sacrifice of the Camille. And when you have this Yunara in the late game, yeah, sure, he hit 3,000 assists, but they are assisting him. He is the main character of this draft. And Gum will be the last to fall. And T1 now incredibly far behind in this game. This means Faker just doesn't have any agency. And I think that T1 are just going to have to give this up.
What is the Galio poke? What the heck was that about?
Big damage.
It's actually doing a fair bit of work. Here's Keen, finds the angle. He gets on top of Owner, but it's Ruler's damage that we need to be wary of. And he takes down Doran. The Crescent Guard comes in, but Chovy just says, no, you're not allowed to engage. Duro and Canyon dealing with Owner off to the side, and the rest of the fight is going to be there as Keen gets out of the way of Faker, and Faker will overextend, unfortunately. Chovy able to take that one down. Steadfast presence just doesn't feel very steadfast at this stage of the game, and Gen G just think, nah, it's not really about the Dragon when we can kill a Nexus and take game one.
I think the eyes were for Dragon. T1 get caught by the Keen flank, and their eyes are now for Nexus. Is Keen so far behind this game? How many games is this guy gonna be? Like, remember, his game was 1-4 on Gwen, and just pops off later. This guy is taken over.
Well, Carrier now trying to be a hero, but that charge ain't going to work. Guma just dies in the blink of an eye, and the Nexus will explode. Gen G looked, they gave up so much in this game. They looked down and out.